In the mountains, where tranquility can quickly be ruptured by lightning, those passing bolts of terror that actually produce little but destroy a lot, up in those mountains several people disappeared. Others returned who weren't even missed. We, the recovered ones, experienced it all, and now we talk about it as if a word had just brushed against us and, in passing, suddenly stepped on us. For a while the missing could squeeze into the crevices of the mountain. A mannerly herd, seeking shelter according to a brochure that dared to contain it, and then a hand, with the flick of the wrist, ripped them out of there. Those were folks, tourists, who did not withhold their presence anywhere, which makes their sudden absence all the more surprising. They demanded leashes for animals, rules for humans, figures who one day didn't sign themselves back in at reception. Too bad, we had gotten used to serving them. Now they won't touch their food anymore. Who will be touched by the surrounding beauty now that they are gone? Who took them from nature, their second home? The person of culture swings back and forth inside himself like some vehicle, but if he wishes to rest for a moment, he has nothing to hold on to. He reached for immediacy, which was exactly the way to turn everything sacred to him into its opposite. His simply being here, beautiful mountains, that is what we expect. Nature, that old barrack leader who always lets the others do the cleaning. Did these people die in the mountains after an attack that dispatched them to death? Did the unreal commit a procreative act which simultaneously bade farewell to the lives of the disappeared, a ceremony that is still in process at this hour? Not even one bat of an eyelash was left of them hanging in the air. The bats had already returned to the pits. Now rocks burst apart, and the batter of the unthinkable that nonetheless had just been experienced is dripping from their skin. Look how brightly the mountains bore through the sky's frosting. Being nature means being perceivable, vigilant and humorous. The natives, whose blood contains a high level of confusion, thoughtlessly we keep them on their toes, those unpolished fellows. Not even with a stamp of money can you impress on them the brands of beer or schnapps they should serve us. We must repeat our order every day, and every conversation deals with the dilemma of everything tasting so good on the one hand and not being good for you on the other. The rock gets battered with pitons but does not flinch. That happened earlier, as reported in a special newsbreak, when the pit went up in the air. The mountain is back to being a cuddly pet, pacified. Watch out, duck! You are about to enter the text at hand. It slides through your fingers, but it doesn't matter. Someone else will have to carry me through to completion. A mountain guide, not you. All of a sudden, completely useless. The past is here again. It's impossible to love her. Why now? We just sent her out on an errand to a supermarket where they are selling human spare parts, and now she's back already. We don't yet have any change for bills. Besides, the old supplies must first be removed from the fridge of our memory, where they were kept frozen and past their expiration date. What's the charge? Whom do we charge? Even fruit trees must accept their fruit being taken from them, but since guests from abroad also dine here sometimes, we must work a little harder. She seems to have stumbled the past, staggered, just before she reached the finish line. Once again the weather was quite rude to her, and now, oh no, now she made a wrong turn to boot, and now she shoots right out of the finish line. With determination, I now close my path for today, and give it a path name before it gets scorched by this red-hot experience. Will we dare to expel this sight emerging from the dark, or will we be terrified when the past tries to pick our lock and, unsightly and coarse, without any gains, but all wrapped up in new bargains, spreads out in our best room, which we, of course, had reserved? Our last topic was rocks. Like the old days that rocked the world, it's impossible to contemplate them romantically when they are 5 centimeters away from your face and you have no free hand to get yourself out. It wasn't us. People disappeared. Yes, here from nature, that gingerly beginning of being. Tourists, well, folks who don't know about beginnings because they are always so quickly finished. And then they regret the end to no end. I offer them the opportunity to do so. This land has always kept still. That is, it has style. As a matter of principle, it explores humans only when they are already hurling into the trash can. The terrain is so difficult. It is impossible to simply keep going. You must learn to economize yourself and your energies, because the road keeps going up and down again, so that it appears to be much longer than calculated. For the fun of it,